Lou, did you catch a good one? Con Han.
My gosh. Hello, everybody. My word. Good afternoon, good tidings, good burgers, good jams, good toast. No one's claimed first, or did I open up the thing too late? No, no one claimed first. Y'all sick? Y'all dying? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in. Grab a seat. Grab a tea. Get extra comfy. Hi, if you are new here. My name is Yuki Bubuki, princess of all things spookies and ookies, but the only thing scary about me is how terrified I actually was from the movie that I watched today. From how terrified of the movie I was today on this day, on this afternoon, on this evening. Jesus, thank you for your daily blessing. Stray, thank you for first in your daily blessing. Miss Prob, thank you for your daily blessing. What was the movie? We saw that new obsession movie about a dude who makes a wish for this girl he likes to only love him in the entire world and nobody else. And I'm sure y'all can imagine. Wait a minute, thank you for the founder badge. Thank you for being subbed. Yeah, last time we streamed, I cleaned out the founders. So if you haven't subbed in a while, you got the boot. And also there's a lot of deactivated accounts, I won't lie. Clover, hello, welcome on in. Thank you for being a member. Cross, welcome on in. Thank you for being a member. And anybody else say stuff in chat? Hiccup. Jesus, hello. Is it Alum? Is that how you say that? Hello? Probably butchered that, and I'm sorry. I am in the wrong spot again. I gotta fix. Well, I'm not gonna fix that because soon we're getting different overlays. And that is why. Wait, me? Yes. Hello. I was butchering your username. I apologize. Because that's what I do's. Ding ding. Alright, so I don't really have any announcements or anything to talk about today, as my life is kind of boring. The pronunciation is unimportant, but a loon is probably the closest way. Oh, okay. Well, okay. I like to ask because, well, I see you guys as peoples, and that means that your names are important because you are important peoples. You are important peoples. Yes. Have a good lurk cast. Today on the docket for stream, we are watching Resident Evil speedruns. That's what we are doing. But we will have a good yap. Hiccup. Wait. Become an organ donor and give your heart to Jesus. I don't know if they know that you probably shouldn't do that literally. It is figurative. Be an organ donor. Give your heart to Jesus. That's crazy. Well, rip out my heart. Cass, thank you for your daily blessing. Oh yeah. I think you left before I did that, Jesus. But I hope you enjoy your founder's badge. Thank you for subscribing to the stream. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending time with me. I'm actually kind of surprised I managed to show up on time. Today, I said we were doing the Resident Evil speedrun stuff. And we'll probably watch more next week to prep for birthday in June. Thank you for the 10 bits for Gigantify emote. Yuki, did you watch the Warhammer Skull show today? No, I didn't. I didn't know. Actually, I was gonna check something. I also saw that someone, I think venting, put Helldivers is having a Warhammer 40k collab. So let me open up Steam. Can you wishlist Bolt Gun 2 yet? Can you wishlist Bolt Gun 2 yet? Also, Foxdad made some little smokies. Warhammer Skulls Festival. The demo is out. Oh, I see. Deathmaster, what is this? Yeah, little smokies. Oh my gosh, it's rats. I love rats. Chaos Gate Death Watch. Okay, how? Rogue Trader. Darktide Skitari. What's a Skitari? Demo! Oh my gosh, wait, they have Warhammer Survivors? That's gonna be so fun. I love games like that. Oh my word, download, put it in. That's so great. No one's gonna want to watch me play that though. No one's gonna want to watch me play that. I'll have you know, Cass, I've been playing the heck out of some Megabonk, and it's been a lot of fun. I play it on my Steam Deck, and I really like it. Bolt Gun 2. Or I said RTS. I'm bad at RTS. So, wait. I actually don't have Warhammer Darktide. Do you need Darktide to play the Skitari? Is that right? Is that how you say that? I actually don't have. Well, it's on sale for $8. I have Vermintide 2 and I have Space Marines 2. I would like to get Warhammer Space Marines 1. Warhammer Space Marine. Ooh, it's on sale too. I'll go ahead and put Bolt Gun on my wish list, and if I get it, we'll trophy hunt it. $7. Ooh, I need to get the DLC too. That's crazy. That's what I was asking. I don't actually know, as I'm a noob. So hi, if you guys are new here. I like to jump into things completely unknowing and completely blind. With no thoughts, completely and entirely, like, head empty. So I am actually, like, super new to Warhammer and all of this stuff. I see Blood Bowl though. So in Blood Bowl, do I get to be at work and play football? Football! That looks cool. That's cool as heck. So I have a question for all of the people in the chat who are much smarter than I. Is Warhammer much like Toho and like anybody could make a Warhammer game? Or their own version? Or is there just like a company that like mass produces? Warhammer. Oh my gosh, wait. Game Workshop's very protective of their IP, so is this all of them? Also, I think it would be very funny to have Warhammer 40k and Power Wash Simulator. We've gone on like a side tangent. Speaking of, and let's see how it's doing. So I have been trying to up the Warhammer content the last couple days because like the Toho video did horrible. The Toho video did very bad. I am a little sad. I think the Warhammer video from today is also going to do really bad. So it's trying to kind of save the algorithm a little bit. And I don't think I did. So I'm not sure what is catching and what is not catching on the YouTube market. Because we literally went from like... where is it? Almost 8,000 views. That's gonna be so good. To 5. To like 2. To like 1,000. To 800. And it keeps steadily going down. The orc video, I think, is what really threw it off. The one orc video did horrible, and then the next orc video did also very horrible. I watched all of them. Thank you. That does mean a lot. And I tried to save it with our Bricky video. No one really commented if they liked that I was breaking the video down into parts, because the video itself is 2 hours long. And I've only put out 2 parts that total into 47 minutes. So can you imagine the length of the video if I had watched the full 2 hours in one sitting and I yapped all my thoughts out? Like, that video would be long. That would be killer, but I'm not sure if people are party rocking. Also, I have a hater. I don't know who it is. But I get 1 dislike on like every video. Who dares to hate? I don't know. I have a hater. It's me, the Miss Prob. I'm the one who puts the 1 dislike on all your videos. It's just 1. And like, that's actually kind of something to be really proud of, but like, but whoever's leaving that 1 dislike, thank you for interacting. Thank you for interacting with the video. It does mean a lot. I appreciate you. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. But yeah, I had a really good day today. I hope you guys all had a really good day today.
Me? Gungaga.
Tipsy Sleeth joined the shrine, Tilda.
Tipsy, you weren't following. Tipsy, how long? Oh, okay. Never mind, my day was great until I realized that my mod never followed me. And I'm just kidding. My day be going so fine and then... It's okay. Honestly, probably just an actual Twitch issue. Twitch has been changing a lot of things, updating a lot of things, messing with a lot of things. So it's whatever. I was wondering why I wasn't getting told you were streaming. That's because... Oh, also, Cass, thank you for the 35 stream streak. That doesn't pop up in my daily or whatever. In OBS. I don't believe that Twitch notifications actually work, and I can look at the statistic and tell you. Discovery. Only 1% of people use the on-site notification. Oh no, he's scared. It won't let me share it, but I'm on streak 69. No, you passed 6-7. I'm just kidding. Well, I think it does it only let you share it, like, will it let you share it at 70 and then 75, or is it only, like, I'm not sure the share rate, or if there's a way to... Oh, okay. If there is a way for... Because I think I had it set that you guys can share it often. I'm not sure, though. I remember them asking me once. I got no idea. I need to change out some of the tags on the stream, I think. Looking at my stoof. You know what I think is, wait, needs the Yipper tag? You know what? You're so right. You're absolutely right. Let's take off this. I just take off all this. None of this stuff works. Okay. We're gonna do Yipper. Add. What about Yapper? Yapper is a tag. Actually, you know what I'll never get over? I don't think I'll ever get over that hag maxing thing. Thank you for your daily blessing, but not thank you for bark. Bark? Bunk. Like, I don't think I'll ever recover from that one. I really, in my naive self-life, was like, yeah. So, oh, wants to see my model? Okay. I have a button for that, actually. Whoop-pow! Woo. So I thought hag maxing just meant that I was reaching maximum age. That's not what hag maxing means. I thought I was maximum old. And one day, I'm minding my own business, streaming the frames that war. And then someone was like, how can you hag max? Aw, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I was so innocent. I didn't know. They're like, how could you do this? And I'm like, do what? They're like, isn't that bad? And I'm like, hag maxing is bad. Surprise Pikachu face? And apparently it means, yeah, apparently it means something. I thought all the kids were saying it. I thought all the kids were saying it because they were old. Not all that other stuff. That's a bad thing, I guess, about being a boomer on the internet. I was saying yeah, there's a bad thing about being a boomer on the internet is that, like, I sometimes just repeat the, like, trendy things that kids say. Because it would be cool. It's not cool. I'm 1,130. I'm ancient. Well, not yet. June 26th. Don't make me feel old. Xbox 360 is discontinued. How do you... Yeah, I was literally like, how do you do, fellow kids? Skibbity toilet Ohio Riz. You know, you're so Phantom Tax, hag maxing, and then people were like, Yuki, no. It's real Netflix and chill. Not the it's real Netflix and chill weather. Off topic, but on topic, has anybody tried the Netflix and chill Ben & Jerry's ice cream? I don't think it's called Netflix and chill, but it might be like Netflix and cookies or something. It's really good. But see, even that is like, that should be like a normal sentence. Like, you're just like, I just want Netflix. Like, you just think that you're Netflix and vibing. Like, that got ruined it. 21 years. Not to DSB, 21 years old. Netflix and chilled. It's really good ice cream, though. Actually, a lot of Ben & Jerry's flavors slap. The PS2. Actually, I'm glad that you brought that up, because that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. I have pulled up some speedruns for... Well, I pulled up one so far, because I'm not sure how far we'll get into this. For the month of June, we're going to be trying to beat as many Resident Evil games as I possibly can. And to do that, I have to go fast. So, for Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, we're going to watch speedruns and try to recreate it. I do think Resident Evil 1, the speedrun, is like 10 minutes or something. Now, I don't think that I'm going to do that. But, if I could do it in an hour, I will give myself a pat on the back. Right? Like, if you're like, I know, though, that I could beat Resident Evil 3 Remake in 2 hours for sure, because I did it for a charity event. Not watching a speedrun, just hoping for the best. So, let me tell you, I think I could do it. So, and here is my plan of action. We're going to beat 1, 2, 3, 4 OG, and then I will flip back, do 2 remake, 3 remake, 4 remake, and then do 5, 6, 7, 8, so on. That would be my plan, because you know, you knock all the, oh, I mean, one remake, 2 remake, 3, you know, so on and so forth. You guys get the picture. I'll make a like graphic or something. So I think that I'll probably be fine till we hit Resident Evil 4, because I'm trash. No RE0. I forgot. Don't ruin my life, cast. Don't ruin my life. Runes isn't here to tease and torment. Yes, I will do Resident Evil 0. Did I forget that Resident Evil 0 existed? Yes. I gotta make the list for me now, because I'm not gonna remember. Though, I wonder how long... Okay, wait. What is the speed run time of RE0? Any percent door skips 50 to 56 minutes. That's not bad. Oh, that was something else I want to do, is that apparently there is an improved speedrun mod for the OG Resident Evil games that are on Steam that have door skip. So I do need to figure those out and put them on, which I think they mention it in this video. I watched a little bit of it and I liked it, so that's what gave me this idea. Yes, so I do think I have like all the Resident Evil games on the PC, so where there is approved, do not bonk me, mods for like door skipping and junk or whatever, we will do that. I want to try to set it up so that there's actually like a speedrun timer and I keep track. The bonk doesn't even work. Is it not showing? I'm gonna refresh. I don't even remember where I was. Let me try again. It might be in the wrong spot. It's not showing. Okay. It is not showing. Why are you not showing? Does anybody know how to set up a speedrun timer? Maybe there's a video. What are the approved mods for Resident Evil speed run? Hi, Venteen. Oh, hey, cool. There's a get started Resident Evil speedrun video. Nice. Hello, hello, Max. Hello, welcome. Hi, Venting. Hi, everybody. Thank you for daily blessings. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome on in. We're gonna learn how to speed run today. I'm actually kind of excited to try, I guess. Take my Bezos when you have a good stream. Thank you for Jeffrey Bezos. Jeffrey Bezos. Which, by the way, chat, we are trying really hard to get 65 more subs. before the end of May so that we could have a successful birthday. Successful birthday. Thank you for your daily blessings. Hello. Thank you guys for interacting with the stream. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you greatly. Sorry, I'm interacting with the YouTube comments on the last video that we posted because I didn't because I was at the movies. I was at the schmovies. Oop. Okay, wait, let's pull this up.
In the next Titan Quest.
No, there's an ad. There can't be an ad. Why is there an ad? Oh, it got skipped. Okay.
What did you get? Did you win?
Did you win?
Hello, and
Thank you, bestie. Slay. Slay. Alright. So, let's put Tails down. Bring you guys over here. I'll make myself a little larger in the corner. Cast! Thank you for gifting! Subby Scribs! Thank you for gifting subby subs! Wait, Ham.
Cast Iron Whiskey gifted 5 subscriptions.
Thank you for the
to
5 subs. Thank you for gifting a sub to Lost Virgo, Apex, Hollow Heart, Nep, and Ninny! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you with all my heart. You were goated with the sauce. Callcast Ranch, they be dressing. That's right. That's me. Sorry, I'm gonna be troll. So today is, I'm very sorry, selfish stream. It is selfish. We are watching speedruns for my birthday party, and you show up to my birthday party with a birthday gift for my birthday party. Nobody asked for this. I'm not even sure if you guys are excited to watch me play Resident Evil for like a month. You don't have a choice. It's what I decided I wanted to do. So y'all have to be there. You're invited. Here's your invite. Ploop. Everybody that got a sub, you are forced to come, and be sure to thank Cast in the chat. Thank you, Cast. I appreciate you greatly. Ooh, internet cut out. Got back just in time, it seemed. Yeah, you got back in time for me to force you. Here's your invite to come to my birthday party. I feel like I should take notes. But also, I want to see how much my brain absorbs. Because if you guys didn't know, I have this ability to, like, watch people do stuff and then kind of mimic it fairly well. Not this last time. But, when Pavi's Playtime Chapter 4 came out, I watched someone speedrun it once, and then I got on stream, and then I did it. So, I don't know if it's like, I wouldn't say I have photographic memory, because I can't remember stuff very vividly like that. I'm just really good at picking up what other people do. Actually, that's how I learned how to play League. I'll tell you something crazy. Max isn't here to back me up on this, because I'm sure he went to live his life. But, Ryan was a Callista main. If you guys know who that is, she's a attack damage carry. And as a joke one time, we switched roles. Where I was ADC, he was support, and I could play Callista fairly well just because I had been watching him do it. Not that I've really ever done it before. So it's kind of crazy. I was pretty good at it. The ability to recall an image, sound, or detail with high precision after brief exposure. I would say less on image though, and probably more on detail. Like if you were to put percentages against all of those, I would definitely say I'm very good at remembering details. Like, I remember from watching this video, at some point you hit a hard left, but I can't remember seeing where I'm supposed to hit a hard left. And I remember that there is a door skip when you're looking for Wesker that you just go bloop bloop real fast, and it will skip you running all over the whole mansion trying to find him or whatever. So like I hear it's definitely more detailed memory. Like I can remember some things. Like the cutscenes are not skippable, but it doesn't count towards your in-game time or something. And I remember that. So if you guys played Resident Evil 1, the iconic scene, you go from the main hall to the dining room to a hallway. If you don't walk all the way to the end, it doesn't trigger the zombie thing, the zombie cutscene of them eating your friends. So you walk till the camera angle changes. You see the zombie, you immediately turn around, walk back, go back to Barry, and then it does force the cutscene where Barry, you know, pew 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 pew, pew pew pew. And then you have to grab the shield. That was the important part. Grab the shield off the fireplace, go back to the main hall, do that funky door skip thing that I said that makes it so you don't care about Wesker's existence. And then I don't remember anything after that, because that's about as much consciousness as I had before I drifted off to sleep in La La Land. So I'm excited. I hope everybody else is excited. I will become a professional speedrunner. Now, apparently, because this game is a bagillion years old, there hasn't been, like, a new world record, and I'm definitely not going to tell you guys that I'm shooting for that. My goal for June is to just be like, hey, I'm insane, and there's, like, 20 Resident Evil games, and I beat 15 of them, or something. I don't think there's 20, but that's my goal. So that is what we're doing today. We studying, so that way I could be like, I'm crazy, I did the thing. But yeah. welcome on to my YouTube video. Welcome on in, chat. And also, I'm a professional yapper. And so I'm gonna be talking, and I will be telling you guys fun, interesting facts. So I hope you are ready.
Welcome to a speedrun of the original Resident Evil from 1996. This is the world record run of 3804 set by the player Hamo in May of 2021 in the Jill Any % No Major Glitches category, the most optimized category in Resident Evil with over 280 runs on the leaderboard. On the left-hand side of your screen, you'll see useful information throughout the run, such as current location, health, the inventory, and 2 timers. One for real time, and one for in-game time, which is the one that actually matters.
So, when I do this for myself, I want to try to set up something kind of similar on the side, but maybe not the inventory part, because I do need to sit over here. So I am curious, and maybe I could find a video, but like take this out and then move this upwards and see if I can't set up something, and also have the screen set appropriately, and also on this side where I'm currently sitting.
Happy Halloween. Let's begin.
Yeah, happy Halloween. Biohazard. Yeah, Biohazard.
What is this? Wow, what a mansion!
Is that Wesker who went, wow, what a mansion? Like he ain't never been here before.
Stop it! Don't open that!
Okay, wait, actually pause. How many people in the chat don't have any idea what Resident Evil is and do need a quick, brief breakdown before we start skipping everything. I did realize that was very rude of me. I didn't ask what everybody's gamer level was. Is there anybody in the chat who's never heard of Resident Evil? You've never seen this before, you don't have any idea what's going on. And when I play it, we will be skipping a lot of stuff too, so I will apologize for that, because the idea is fast. We'll give you guys all a brief second to reply to my inquiry about your gamer skills. Or age, if you're old. Someone might be like, this looks familiar to me. I played this back in like the 90s. Because I'm old and dusty and crusty. And if nobody says anything, we will just continue on and pretend that life is good.
Me? Gungaga.
Definitely _ not _ next 69 join the shrine tilde.
You know, I'm gonna assume you did not read the rules. I'm gonna politely introduce myself and hope that you change your ways. Hi, my name is Yuki. I am a Christian and asexual. I don't want to be yo mama. Unless you go and give me a Mom's Day gift. And then maybe we will take that back. Yes, I am everyone's favorite Big Sister Fox. Actually, resident Big Sister. Not in the lewd way. This is a safe for work only channel. If you're here looking for anything lewd or sexy of any kind,
Lou, did you catch a good one?
probably don't want to be here. Very sorry. The clothes will stay on the entire time. And then everybody in the room gets sad and they walk away. No, I'm just kidding. Today is Thursday, right? Okay. My meet and greet is tomorrow. Yeah. I'm sure if you are looking for other things, there are definitely other places to find it. God bless you, and thank you for being here today. We're watching Resident Evil speedruns. I have a video of someone getting shot by an air cannon with the Skyrim trailer audio. Like, someone in Skyrim getting shot by an air cannon? Or, I'm doing great. How are you? No, real life. That's not funny. I don't think that's funny at all. Kind of sounds like that would hurt. Actually. That sounds like that would be boo-boos. True. Okay, and nobody said anything about the Resident Evil comment, so I will be playing the video. Yeah, 2 weird comments in a row. Time to start the video. No, just kidding. Enjoy the game. Chris.
What is it? Maybe it's Chris. Now, Jill, can you go?
I'm going with you. Chris is our old partner, you know.
Okay.
Yeah,
let me
Barry.
handle this. Stay alert.
I can't wait for all of the very cringe voice lines. I'm very excited.
A dining room.
The beginning has a handful of cutscenes before the run really takes off. Enjoy the questionable voice acting.
What?
Yeah.
What is this?
What is it?
Well, yeah,
Jill,
Barry. What do
see
you
if
think
can
it
find
is?
Any other clues? I'll be examining this.
Also,
Hope
what is
this
that
is not
curious
Chris's
ticking
room.
noise?
The first item of the run we'll be picking up is the emblem. This is followed by the classic zombie encounter cutscene that'll be skipped immediately. You need to watch this in order to trigger the next cutscene in the dining room.
Barry?
Barry?
What is it?
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of this.
I'm sorry, the voice acting cracks me up.
killed too. Maybe by this creature. Anyway,
Tick tock,
let's report
tick
this to
tock,
Wesker.
tick tock, tick tock, tock, tick tock, tick.
Alright, one
tock.
more big cutscene and we're off.
And then this is the part where my brain's gonna hurt because it's gonna go really fast.
Help me look for him, Jill.
So this is what I remembered up to. You walk here and it like triggers another room
The
and then you
quickest
walk
way to
back.
look for Wesker is to head behind the staircase to quickly transition the screen back and forth.
Find anything, Jill?
Nothing.
And then after this I have no recollection.
Can't figure it out at all.
Beats me, too.
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it can't be helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor, okay? And
First
Jill,
floor.
here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
So fun fact for anybody that has not read the Resident Evil books, not Yuki the big nerd, the reason why Barry gave her a lockpick and was like, since you are the master of unlocking, is because Jill's dad is a very famous thief and burglar and taught her how to thief and burglar, and she decided to use those skill sets and become a police officer. Welcome home, Runes. You're still in just chatting, by the way? Good, because we're watching videos. Heart. I sure hope so. I read the books back in high school. I have a few of them, but I don't have the full set, and I was reading them on stream, so I hope to get the rest of them and read them on stream someday, or on the ASMR videos. But yeah, if you're just getting in and chilling, we are watching speedruns of Resident Evil to prep for my Resident Evil marathon, and I'm going to be sharing fun facts and things and trying to remember what I can. But yes, this is a video. Since you missed it, Runes, I was talking to chat about how I want to try to beat as many of the Resident Evil games as I can. So this week and next week we're going to be watching Resident Evil speedruns and seeing if I can mimic them. Like this one I think said that the speedrun was like 38 minutes. So if I could do that, it'd be pretty pog. And then I was also telling chat that I would like to try to actually set up a speedrun timer and maybe something a little similar to this for the stream overlay. And at some point, I think he's going to talk about what mod they're using. And I want to say it was like Reborn. Thank you for your daily blessing and thank you for drink. And Johnny, thank you for daily blessing if I didn't say it. So yeah, this is a video. We're not super far in because you know me. I be yapping. This might be the only video we watch this stream because we are getting off in 2 hours. And I think that I can turn this. I mean, we're only 3 minutes in and it's already been an hour. So yeah, come study with me and let's all see if we can become Resident Evil speedrunners. And I'll have you know that Cast did very lovingly remind me that I'm gonna have to learn how to speedrun Resident Evil 0 because I did actually completely forget about it. I didn't leave it off on purpose. I actually literally forgot that it existed when I was giving you guys the playlist of the order that we're going to do the games. Which I think we'll still leave. We're going to play the original Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do 0, 1 remake, 2 remake, 3 remake, 4 remake, so on, and then do like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think that we'll actually make it to 9 though. I'm going to be very honest with all of you. I do in my heart believe that I will make it through 1, 2, and 3. I do know that classic Resident Evil 4 is going to F me up because I believe it's still tank controls and very like bleh. So I do think that that one will be our run destroyer. I think, honestly, probably going to make it to, like, if I'm gonna give like a truthful, honest prediction, this is about 30 minutes. Alex, thank you so much for following with the stream. That's because you only like bad games, Runes. You have bad game opinions. Is it a third person? It doesn't have tank controls? I thought it had tank controls. Still. Maybe I'm misremembering. I think that... Okay, I think that I'll probably get stuck at 2 remake as well. I know, though, that, like, 3 remake... I already did a speedrun for a charity event, and I know in my heart that I did that completely blind, just doing my best. So I know that I will knock that one out of the park. I think I'll get stuck at 2 remake, and I think I'll get stuck at 4 remake as well. In my professional Fox Girl opinion. So I don't predict us making it past maybe 5. I say that that would be the one that we probably end on. But I don't know. Things might get crazy. Runes, I'm not rude. You just... Why Resident Evil 0? Tell me why. Why would you like the game that doesn't have an item box? Tell me why would you like the game that's... Honestly, my only big problem with Resident Evil 0 is it doesn't have an item box. I never want to hear you say, let's go without an item box. That's actually my only beef with it. Thank you, Cass. Please drive safe and be safe. Drive safe and take care. Because it's good. It's not good. It's clunky. I think it has tank controls, and I hate tank controls. It doesn't have an item box, and there's too much stuff, and they don't bring Billy back home. What is there to like? What is there to like? If Billy came home, maybe I would feel differently. I can look past the other stuff. But Billy didn't come home. And I don't like that. And now I'm frowning. And also, it's kind of hard to juggle 2 characters at the same time. And I think the very first puzzle that they make you do is math. And that's stupid. Okay, the last one's a little troll. I can't help it. I'm a little bit troll. But, like, so I make some very good valid points. It's not a wrong opinion. Okay, you know what? It is okay for you to have a wrong opinion. Absolutely. You can't trust the opinion of anybody who says they like Final Fantasy XII combat system. That's just a fact. That's a fact from the universe. Okay? It is very okay for you to have a wrong opinion. And I'll sit over here and be happy and play my games that are actually fun. It's absolutely okay. somewhere in the universe, someone somewhere in the universe is going to be like, wow, Yuki is really mean to her chatters. And yes, I am really mean to Runes, but Runes is my friend and he knows. Runes is my friend and he knows that I'm partially trolling. I will not let my opinions... Well, actually, can I be very honest with you? I hope in our Final Fantasy journey that my opinion of Final Fantasy XII changes. I actually really do. I'm looking forward to trying it again now that I am a more mature and patient adult who has learned how to read things a little bit more carefully. I actually really do hope that I play Final Fantasy XII and I walk away going, that was a good game. I don't think I will because I'm a negative Nancy and part of me is very pessimistic, but the part of me that still has a little bit of sparkle in their eyes actually does hope that my opinion change. I want to be wrong. I don't want to be right. I'm not here to be a resident hater. I'm here to be a resident evil. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be a resident hater. I know that I have played Resident Evil 0 actually quite a few times. So I know that my opinion of Resident Evil 0 will not change. I'm sorry. I've actually played Resident Evil kind of like a lot. Because it's a hyperfixation. But I also hope that my opinion of Final Fantasy Lightning Returns also changes. Because I hate that one too. But I think everybody globally hates that one. Like, we could have just stopped at 2 and been happy. I will make doing the Final Fantasy 12 trophy list a sub goal though. Being wrong is a new opportunity to be right. Hooray for being wrong. That's so true. That's so true. Big if true. Big if true. Yeah, Yuki, I'm the Resident Evil that you should be scared of. Hello. Hello, welcome on in, everybody. Welcome in to Yap City, guys. Yap City, guys. This fox be yapping in this city, guys. I don't know how to stop. But yeah, party rockers. Are we ready for more video? Hi, Shay. I want to replay 12 along with you and finally finish the 100%. I have to look it up. I think it's hard. I'm not going to lie to you, Runes. Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age Trophy Guide. That's the one that I'm going to do. Okay. It takes 80 hours at a 5 out of 10 difficulty with, and I hate this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 buggy trophies that might not pop. Some trophies might not pop when the required event is reached, so it's recommended that you consult their descriptions and make sure to save at milestones that have been specified. And if you don't, they will become missable. I have never seen a game with that many buggy trophies. Probably ever. But yeah, welcome on in, everybody. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Yuki Babuki, princess of all things spooky and Uki, but the only thing scary about me is that my confidence is through the roof, and we're learning how to do Resident Evil speedruns today. To prep for birthday month. I will also do copious amounts of yapping, so if that is not your favorite thing, you have come to the wrong place. Hello, Shay. I hope that you are doing really good. I just want to stop by and check in. Well, it's nice to see you, and I hope that you have a great day. Have a great day.
Thanks. Maybe I'll need it.
I'm hungry.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall. This time, I'll be there.
And then we never see Barry again.
And so the run begins properly, and now it's time to try and find Wesker. With the help of the lockpick Barry gave us, we can use it on this brown door to access new areas of the mansion where... Alright, that's the bingo square filled for this year. Anyway, the main objective is to get to the upper floor of the mansion to talk to Barry to progress the story, but not before filling the...
So this happened so fast, and I will be the fox that rewinds it. Now, it is very simple and straightforward. So, we went, right? You come into the mansion, watch cutscene, you go into the dining room where there's strange noise, find blood, watch cutscene. Nico, hello. You take the shield off of the fireplace. You go down the hall, trigger zombie cutscene, come back to Barry, cry, go back to Wesker, Wesker gone. You run through one of these arches, closest one to you. Bloop, 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 bloop. Barry says, here's a lockpick. Good luck. Kicks you out on the street. Thank you for your daily blessing. Thank you for posture check. My posture is very checked because I am yapping. I am not being a shrimp. No shrimping in this house. All right. After Barry kicks you out, blue door, which I believe is actually the only other accessible door at this point. Blue door, straight through, lockpick, run from dogs, straight through.
Wesker. With the help of the lockpick Barry gave us, we can use it on this brown door to access new areas of the mansion where...
Straight through.
Alright, that's the bingo square filled
Spooky
for this
zombie
year.
hallway.
Anyway, the main objective is to get
All
to
the way
upper
to
floor
the
of
end.
mansion to talk to
Double
Barry
door.
to progress the story, but not before
Weird,
filling the
funky
inventory
blue
with
gray
items in the
door.
safe room.
Yeah, safe
First,
room.
Hamo opens the box that's used to store items, which has 2 free clips for the pistol by default that he'll take with him. Then he'll pick up the herbicide key item for later, and a green herb outside.
Okay. So this happened really fast, which obviously you're doing a speed run. It's gonna happen really fast. So at this point, we should have, when we walk out of this safe room, the shield, 2 clips of ammo, and the pesticide, which I didn't even actually know that the pesticide room was available at this point. I thought you had to do a whole lot of the other puzzles first, which I think is very interesting about Resident Evil is that when you're going in, you have so many options of like routes and paths and things to take. Because I think there's a lot of doors
The safe room,
unlocked
too.
on this
The
side.
reason he clogs up his inventory like this is because Barry will skip handing you a set of acid rounds in the upcoming cutscene if he notices you have no more inventory space, thus resulting in a shorter cutscene by 30 seconds. Here, Hamo intentionally gets bit by this zombie to damage boost through him, but right after, he has to get past King Henry, which is generally considered the hardest zombie dodge in the run.
He broke that zombie's ankles.
Jill, what's going on? Any clues?
No, but
Okay, wait.
some-
I want to see that again, just for me. So, this is the save room.
In
You
the
come
upcoming
out the
cutscene,
store,
if he
whip the
notices you have no more
stairs.
inventory space, thus resulting
Ignore
in a
this
shorter
guy.
cutscene by 30
F
seconds.
that guy.
Here, Hamo intentionally
Get
gets bit
got
by
by
this
this
zombie to damage boost
man.
through him, but right after, he has to get past
And then
King Henry,
juke.
which is generally considered the hardest zombie dodge in
And
the
then
run.
they lean hard to one side and whip the other.
Jill, what's going on? Any
Which
clues?
this is a lot of
No,
like
But something's wrong with this house.
pass through.
Whoa, this hall is dangerous.
Whoa.
Maybe it's better to secure our...
The voice acting. Whoa. This this hall be dangerous. I'm sorry. This is the one that has the live action
Escape route
cutscenes
first.
too that you guys
There
won't
must
see.
be a back door somewhere. Let's try to
Whoa.
find it first, shall we?
Yeah.
Now that the cutscene is over, Hamo needs to clear his
You know what I love about this? Truly? Why the heck did y'all split up in a zombie-filled mansion? Like, you know it's dangerous. He just said it was dangerous. And then he's like, F you, I'm gonna ditch you. F you, I'm gonna ditch you. It's like, it's crazy.
inventory to make room for the bazooka, which is the only weapon we'll be using throughout this run. It's located in this outside area, and Hamo is going to equip it immediately, but also combine the 2 clips into one in the same menu to once again clear up some inventory space. Now with the bazooka in hand, we're gonna head back to the dining room, but from the upper floor this time, where Hamo is going to perform some tech that allows him to save a tiny bit of time. Upon shooting the weapon, he'll go in and out of the inventory to cancel the last bit of the firing animation, which enables Jill to move sooner. This kills a zombie that would otherwise be in our way as we attempt to push this statue down to the
Okay,
first
wait, he did what? So, I know what this is. You need this gem for something. Okay. So what did he get rid? Oh, okay, he used the first aid spray after the cutscene. So this item here, in case you guys didn't know. He uses this here. Goes. I'm not sure
Now
what
that
door
the
he
cutscene
goes
is
to, but I
over,
think he
Hamo
goes
needs to
this
clear
way.
his inventory to make
This
room
way,
for the
okay.
bazooka, which is the only weapon we'll be using throughout this run. It's located in this outside area, and Hamo is going to equip it immediately, but also combine the two clips into one in the same menu to once again clear up some inventory space. Now with the bazooka in hand, we're gonna head back to the dining room, but from the upper floor this time, where Hamo is going to perform some tech that allows him to save a tiny bit of time. Upon shooting the weapon, he'll go in and out of the inventory to cancel the last bit of the firing animation, which enables Jill to move sooner. This kills a zombie.
So this will actually be really hard, at least for me to perform, because I'm not very quick, but it will be funny if I pull it off. But basically, he walked up to the statue, fired it, paused,
that would otherwise
unpaused.
be in our way as we attempt to push the statue down to the first floor to get an item later. Zombie dodging is a huge part of Resident Evil speedrunning, and while they're not equally difficult, getting grabbed a single time unintentionally is a reset for any top-level player. This game is so optimized that being within 30 seconds of the world record lands you in 24th place. Because the movement is so limited and there's very minimal RNG in the run, it's allowed the community to push this game down just seconds at a time. Hamo only makes a single mistake in this run that loses more than 1 second, so to get a time like this, you gotta be razor.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what path he just took. As I have played Resident Evil 1 quite a bit, but I haven't, missing a dodge equals reset. Yeah, that's usually how tight, like, so I did explain, I'm not trying to go for world record. I probably won't even apply for to be put on the leaderboard. The point of what I'm doing is I just want to be like, hey, in the month of June, I'm throwing numbers out here, they're not real, 15 out of the 20 Resident Evil games, or something crazy. That's my goal. Actually, wait. Can I tell you guys? I'm gonna tell you guys something. Yeah. I just want, like, a cool thing to be like, yeah, I'm a crackhead. I did this. So, I recently applied for some stuff that was streaming related to receive, like, a denial email that was like, you're really talented and, like, professional, and then they followed it up with, but you're too weird to fit in with everybody else. Like, you're really talented and you work really hard, but you're really weird. And I'm like, thanks. and that was me sharing about like yeah, I trophy hunt, and you know, I kind of grind these games out, not really competitively, but it's for, yeah. So it's like, it's okay, because I already knew where it was going. They're like, we would love to have you, you know, this and this and this. And then it went, but you're a weirdo. And she was quirky. Okay, they didn't actually type word for word weirdo, but that was like, that's the TLDR of their business PR email. So now on a list of things Yuki does wrong. The number one would be that she overshares with chat. It's conflict. Yeah. Conflict avoidant. I do too much, and now I'm a weirdo. Things that have things that have got me kicked out of events and groups. I work too hard, and I'm a weirdo. I've been diagnosed with the weird. I mean, on a positive note, at least they said I was very passionate. I pose. I'm full of passion. I don't know. It cracks me up. I want everyone to know that I didn't take it. I used to, back in the day, take stuff like that very hard because I wasn't sure how to really cope with it. But it has happened so much, and a lot of time people don't usually give you a reason. So now I admire when people do give you a reason of why maybe you wouldn't fit in. And I guess if my chemistry is different than everybody else's, it's better than going in and being like awkward and weird. But it is funny to me that, like, we really like you, we'd love to have you, but you're weird. And like, I can fix a lot of things, but I don't know how to not be weird. I feel like a lot of stuff's fixable, but I don't, like, I almost want to, I should have emailed back, like, how do I unweird? Like, can I metamorphosize, like, fix? Yes, it's better than getting ghosted. But fun facts of Yuki's life. I'm doing a dance, by the way. You can't see it. So, thank you guys for joining and being weird with me.
Running, and while they're not equally difficult, getting grabbed a single time unintentionally is a reset for any top-level player. This game is so optimized that being within 30 seconds of the world record lands you in 24th
Down
place.
the stairs.
Because the
Okay.
movement is so limited and there's very minimal RNG in the run, it's allowed
Straight
the community
first
to push
story
this game down
C.
just seconds at a time. Hamo only makes a single mistake in this run that loses more than 1 second.
And then this is the
So to
plant
get a
room
time
with
like
the
this, you gotta
herbicide.
be razor sharp. Speaking of, if you caught the leaderboard at the start of this video, you may have noticed that this is a tied world record, as Lance LM also has a 38:04, which was achieved 10 months ago. I chose to use Hamo's run for this video as it's the only run of the two with raw game sound, no alerts, chat, or anything else covering the gameplay. But in any case, huge congrats to Lance on tying this legendary 3.5-year record. The room we were just in was the greenhouse, where we obtained the armor key by applying the herbicide to the water pump to kill the monster plant.
Year
This key
record?
will open up a few areas for.
So in 3.5 years, ain't nobody found like a, if you hug this corner tighter, it saves you 2 seconds kind of thing? That's crazy. That's crazy. Which, by the way, I love when something like that happens, because I watch a lot of speedrunners. And like everyone's like, "Oh, did you see this new trick? What?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, if you hokey pokey here for 2 seconds, it saves you 30 seconds in chapter 3." You know, or something like really crazy.
Later on. Now in the bar, Hamo's going to push this shelf to acquire the music notes, which he'll use on the piano to open up a secret door. In the meantime,
Secret door.
I'll tell you a bit about the version that is being played.
Yeah, this is what
Hamo
this is what
playing
I
on
need
the
to hear.
Japanese PC version with the classic Rebirth patch enabled. The reason for playing in Japanese is that less characters will appear on screen than in English when inspecting things, unlocking doors, or picking up items. The PC version allows you to skip door transitions, which speeds up the run tremendously. The majority of runners, Hamo included, play with the classic Rebirth patch enabled due to compatibility and stability issues with the original game, and it also allows you to turn off FMVs, meaning you don't have to manually skip them. This doesn't give you any advantage, as the in-game timer stops during FMVs regardless. Hamo has FMVs disabled for the whole game, and it explains why you didn't see a single frame of the zombie encounter FMV at the start of the game, and why you won't see any more going forward. Now with the secret door unlocked, we'll swap out the emblem for the gold emblem, which we'll bring back to the dining room. Popping it into the slot where it fits, we'll move a clock, granting us access
Which I
to
think
the
that's
shield
what
key.
this hallway is. If you go down, yeah.
Since there's 2 items we need to pick up in this room, and they're on opposite sides of the table, we'll skip picking up the key now in favor of the blue jewel, which came from that statue that was pushed down earlier.
I do remember actually watching this before I fell asleep. I thought it was really interesting that they're like, because of the pathing we want to take, we will skip picking up this item, pick up the other item, go solve a different puzzle, and then we have to circle back through the dining room at some point. We'll pick the key up then.
We'll be coming back through the dining room in about a minute from now, so we'll get the key on the backtrack because it's a bit faster. All the various items we've been collecting will aid us in solving puzzles that'll gain us access to 4 crests that are needed to unlock the courtyard section of the mansion. Now on the 2nd floor, a cutscene will play that gets us closer to our first crest.
Richard, what happened?
Richard!
Oh, Jill, this house is dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
Ouch!
You're wounded.
Okay, how troll would it be if I made a channel point redeem of the ouch so you guys could all press it? Because it is kind of funny. And then I realized the chat would press it so many times and the whole stream would just be ouch. I'd have to put it on and cool down, but it would be funny. It would make me giggle.
It was a huge snake. And also
It'd make me giggle.
poisonous.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
I wonder if
There
in the
is
speed
serum.
run you have to let him die if it would be quicker.
Oh no, I should have brought some with me.
No problem. I'll go and get it.
Thanks.
Thanks. Thanks.
Upon exiting the room, the map will open up automatically to show the player where the serum is located, which Hamo is going to close as soon as he can. He's going to get the serum as it's required to get through the door behind Richard, which houses one of the crests, but not before picking up a couple things on the way. First, we'll get the shield key in the dining room. Then we'll be using the blue jewel to acquire the first of 4 crests.
Oh, he lost time by running into the clock? Swoop.
After getting this crest, Jill's inventory is full, and luckily the serum is located in a nearby safe room. So Hamo is going to quickly dump the combat knife, Beretta, clip, and green herb into the box before continuing. If you haven't played Resident Evil before, you might think that 8 inventory slots is a bit tight, and while that is correct, it's actually worse if you pick Chris at the start of the game. Chris can only hold 6 items as opposed to Jill's 8, but he does have more health to make up for it. His story scenario is a different category on the leaderboards, with the world record being a 35:02 by Lance LM, with Hamo in second place. It's not as optimized as the Jill record, but it's nice to have a couple of different ways to run the game. Now with the serum in hand, we'll be bobbing and weaving past these zombies to get back to Richard as soon as possible. He mentioned that he got bit by a big venomous snake, and he's referring to Yawn. Yawn is one of few bosses in this game, and we'll be seeing it twice. And that's because we're not going to go fight it on our first encounter. The boss room has a crest in the back, so we'll get in, grab it, and get out.
Oh gosh, that's gonna be so
Here's
hard.
The serum. Richard, hold on. I'll give you a shot now.
Jill, here's my radio. You should keep it. I'm...
No! Richard!
Jill, be careful.
No! How could this happen? Ah.
Hamo is going to immediately run to the left to juke Yawn's bite, then bolting it to the back of the room to get the crest.
Did we get 3 crest
After
or
turning
4?
around, he takes a wider line to not get bit on the way back. And just like that, there's your encounter with Yawn. Like I said before, we'll have to face him later in the run, but for now, this makes 2 of the 4 crests.
4,
To get
okay.
the third, Hamo will use the armor key to enter the armor room, where he has to solve a puzzle by pushing these statues onto some vents and hitting a button in the middle. To shave off as much time as possible in this room, Hamo exploits the fact that you don't have to cover the vents entirely for the puzzle to complete, meaning you're pushing the statues ever so slightly less. We're gonna nab the crest and head towards the final one, and it's gonna take a while to get there and do the puzzle, so I'm just gonna say a few words here. Thank you for tuning into my video. If you're new
You're
to my
welcome.
channel, I create various videos about the history of speedrunning, world record explained stuff, and videos about various glitch hunters or runners, usually focusing on the PlayStation 1 and 2 era of gaming. As of
Woohoo.
uploading this video, I'm just shy of reaching 200,000 subscribers,
Oh, hey, congrats,
so
bud.
I'd appreciate it if you could help me out there. Very early on into this channel, I decided to create a yearly Halloween special that focused on explaining the speedrun of a horror game with a more cozy feel. Between 2020 and 2022, I covered Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3 and wanted to cover Silent Hill 4 in 2023. But for one, I hadn't played the game before, and secondly, I wanted to focus on my Conquering Jack 3 series, which ended up taking 2.5 years to make. So
Wow.
throughout 2023 and 2024, I heard you guys. You wanted the Halloween special back. It's not Silent Hill 4, and I am pleased to tell you guys that I am playing through the game at the moment. I think Resident Evil was inevitable for this channel. I love this game, and its sequels, and the speedruns are intense. But yeah, the Halloween specials are officially back. Let me know in the comments if you want to see Resident Evil 2 or Silent Hill 4 next year. Now with all 4 crests in our inventory, Hamo is
I
going
don't
to
see
head
how
to
to
the
solve the
courtyard
puzzle,
and take out the zombie that's in his
'cause
way too, using the same
I'm not
pause
sure
trick
that
from
they really
before.
showed it very
Now
well.
we'll just place all 4 crests into this plaque, which unlocks the door to one of the hardest rooms in the game to do fast. Hamo is going to attempt Quick Crank, which is obtaining the item that's up on a shelf in a certain way. You need to clip past the stepladder to be able to push it early, then stand on the leftmost part of it when going up to grab the crank early. If you're just a little bit off, you're gonna lose major time, or it's a reset flat out. You can see Hamo didn't get the crank as quickly as he could have, and neither did Lance in his run, so it goes to show how precise this room is. This room has a bit
That
of
would be the
RNG
room that I
involved,
F
and
up.
that's in the dogs. If you get a bad pattern, you can just get blocked or bit, which is just a reset at a world record level. Hamo got through just fine though. Now we'll use the crank to lower the water level, allowing us access through the pool. But going back to the RNG thing real quick, you'd be surprised to find out that this game doesn't have much RNG besides those dogs. It's a funny contrast if you look at the Resident Evil 3 run, which is the polar opposite, with RNG in literally everything from weapon spawns to enemies and puzzles.
Now, I don't know if I'll ever actually, like, try to get on a leaderboard or do a record. But I will say that I would definitely be more willing to try one of these games that are only like 30 minutes. I think the Resident Evil 3 one is like super short. Like original Resident Evil 3 is super short. But like I don't know if anybody watches speedruns or is interested in that. Like Final Fantasy X, I think it's like a 10 or 15 hour run. Like, I couldn't do that. Do you know, like, you get like 5 hours in and then make like a run ending mistake and then you're like, whoosh, it's gone. Hasta la pasta la bye bye. That's crazy. Also, I don't know if it was a clip of GDQ, which is Games Done Quick, or I was watching it live, but I saw someone trying to do like a Final Fantasy 15 like speed run and them having to spend like 98% of their time on Final Fantasy 15 loading screens, which was crazy. I also wouldn't want to do that either because Final Fantasy 15 does have like the worst loading screens ever.
Too. Maybe I'll cover that someday.
The dog.
Now for the guardhouse, our next major area of the game. First, we'll drain this bathtub
I'm
to
kind of
obtain the control
cold,
room
chap.
key. Then
Will someone
upon
go get me a
exiting, we'll
banky?
grab the blank book from the bed, but not before killing a zombie. This guy is just perfectly in the way of our line to the book, and when speedrunning as Chris, you have no choice but to take intentional damage here. Speaking of intentional damage, we're gonna do just that.
I'm proud
a
of
tentacle
you.
in the floor will grab Jill, wasting a few seconds, but your other choice is painfully pushing a statue across the room to cover
You're
the
proud of
hole.
me, but you're
Needless
new.
to say, getting
And you're
grabbed
in
is way
ads?
faster. Now in this area, we'll snag the key to room 002 and head straight there. Here, Hamo is going to push the bookshelves as little
Welcome
as
back.
possible to create just a big enough of a gap to reach the interaction zone for the ladder, allowing him to enter the basement of the guardhouse. This room has the infamous box puzzle. You need to push 3 boxes into a small pool of water to cross it, and it takes around a minute to do. So let me just talk about something I noticed when making this video.
I spot
Hamo
a
is an
Yuki,
incredibly
but is it
accomplished
also
Resident Evil speedrunner.
Fubuki?
Looking at his speedrun.com profile, he has the world record in this category. Jill
Fubuki
80%
notices
no
you
major
are a
glitches. He
returning
has the Chris
chatter.
best ending
You
record.
have
He has
watched
the Claire A
Yuki
record
for
in Resident Evil
109
2,
hours.
and is second
Welcome
place in
back.
Resident Evil
It
3.
is good to
He hasn't
have
posted a
you.
speedrun to his YouTube channel in
Also,
over a year and a
hello
half,
and
so I
welcome
asked
on
him if
in.
he was
It is, of
retired
course,
or ever
I,
planned to
the
make a
most
return.
Yuki,
To
the
which
every
I
bookie
got
boop
this
boop boop
reply.
boop boop boop
I'll
beep beep
definitely
boop.
return. As the run gets more optimized, it's very hard to continue grinding for long periods of time. Gotta have big breaks in between to keep my sanity. I do want to eventually
Is
push
that
for
me?
sub 38.
No,
Would be an
Warren
absolutely
pushed
huge
hello,
milestone,
or put
incredibly
hi,
tough.
and then
Kinda
went,
similar
I'm
situation
new,
with
so
the
I was
other
reading
RE
what the
games.
messages
There are
said.
improvements I want to make. It's just finding the motivation due to how tough the runs are to PB on now. I don't think I'll be completely done for a while. If you guys want to follow Hamo's return, his Twitch is Hamo_2, and his YouTube is Hamo Speedruns.
Yeah. If you guys redeem hi, it will tell
Now
you
in the
how long
water
you
tank
have been
room, the main
watching
goal
the
is to drain
stream,
the water,
according
which
to
we'll
Mix
do
It
by
Up,
entering
but
the
it is
control
not
room with that
entirely
key we
correct
got
because
earlier.
sometimes
You'll notice
we have
Jill
oopsie
teleport forward
whoopsies.
here a bit, and that's because an FMV is
You
supposed
can
to play where
do
the shark is
exclamation
sneaking
point
up on
watch
you,
time or
but since the
exclamation
FMVs
point
are turned
followage
off,
to
it just
see
looks
other
like Jill jumps
information.
forward a bit.
Also, welcome back. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. Thank you everybody for your blessings. Thank you for everybody for being
Upon
here.
draining the water,
Today
we
we're
also need to
learning
push
about
this button to open the storage room next
speed
door.
runs for my birthday.
Here, we'll grab the key to room 003.
Hi, CB. Thank you for your daily blessing. Welcome, 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 welcome. Dance, dance, dance.
In room 003, we're going to inspect the book in the bookshelf, pull it out, and replace the slot with the blank book we have in our inventory to reveal a secret door leading to the Plant 42
When
boss
is
fight.
Itchy
The boss
Tasty?
goes down in 3 hits from the
Will we
bazooka,
not
so it's
get
not
Itchy
too
Tasty
complicated.
in the speed run? I'll be so sad. We probably passed it. What is that? This music kind of funky though.
What the hell is this? Jill!
What is that? By the way, I will go ahead and throw this out. That because I am not trying to do a perfect speed run, and I am just trying to beat as many Resident Evil games as I can, I will not reset the run unless I get like hard stuck somewhere and I mess something up. Like, if we're stuck in like a death loop because of RNG or something, cross that bridge when we get there. But like, if I can push forward, we're gonna keep pushing forward. If I don't get it done in 38 minutes and I get it done in an hour, like, I'll take the wins where I can give them, doesn't matter. Right? So we're not looking for perfect, we're just looking for game is completed. So don't expect like a reset timer if Yuki had to reset the game 600 times before she actually got a run that she finished. It's literally play it, beat it, move on. Play it, beat it, move on. Yeah, get it. Yeah. More like a time trial than beating the world record, which I definitely don't think I would be able to do.
You saved me!
Yeah,
That was close. Thanks, Barry.
don't mention it. What a monster. I can't believe... What the hell is this place anyway?
We'll quickly grab the helmet key before leaving.
I'm so glad that he said that that was in the fireplace, because I would never know.
Wesker!
Wesker.
Jill, so you're safe.
Why has he got a dumpy though?
That's what I was going to say. Where on earth have you been? You disappeared from the hall all of a
Where have
sudden.
you been?
I'm sorry, but I have my reasons. Perhaps you guys have met them? It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
Is that right? Anyway, it's good to see you're safe.
Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
Yes, you're right.
Now, there are a lot of rooms in that mansion that we can't get into because they're locked up. I have been looking around for clues.
Okay, I'll go to the other house and see if I can find any clues.
Will you do that? I'm counting on you.
But I'm gonna go do this. Will you do that? Like, I just told you that I was going to. What do you mean? What do you mean?
That little beeping noise is Jill's radio, and answering the call simply loses time, so we're gonna keep on moving. Another note about the Plant 42 fight is that there is a way to not have Barry come and save you. If you enter a specific room and mix together a V-Jolt chemical, you can pour it into the roots of the plant in the basement. This skips the berry cutscene and kills the plant after just the first phase, but mixing the chemical is far slower, so it's why the fight is done this way. Right now, we're headed back to the mansion in what runners call Mansion 2, and the zombies are now replaced by hunters. These are some nasty enemies casually.
I do
and
hate this
dodging them
part.
in the speedrun can also be difficult in cramped spaces.
So in the hallway where the dogs were, for sure there is hunters. Oh gosh, look at him. He's evil.
First, we'll use our helmet key on this door, turn on the light, and grab the Doom Book 1. Then we'll be making our way towards the second encounter with Yawn. But if you look at the inventory in the sidebar, you can see that we have no ammo. So we'll have to make a quick stop in the safe room where Barry has left us some acid rounds. One quick tip that I didn't know before Hamo told me is that hunters are left-handed and will always swing at you with their left. So knowing that information, you can avoid damage a bit easier if you move correctly.
Huh. They got only lefts, no rights.
Yawn appears through the fireplace like Santa on Christmas Eve, and now we get to slay him. Hamo will spam 4 acid rounds into the snake, then pause cancel the last shot and inspect the—
Wait, I didn't know that that could happen. Does that happen in the HG remake too? I always fight, I guess Yawn on the first time that I run into them. I never had left them, live after the first encounter. 'Cause I ain't afraid of nothing.
hole in the ground as quickly as possible to initiate the next cutscene with Barry.
Jill, have you found anything interesting?
Yes, but I can't see very well.
How about going down to check by yourself? I have a rope here.
Oh, do you? Well, then I'll try to go down using the rope.
Barry, that's the most suspicious thing I've ever heard in my entire life. What do you mean go down by myself? You're right here. Get this, man. Get this, man. Oh my gosh.
Wait.
Hey, what's going on?
Now I've done it. Sorry, Jill. Wait. I'll go and get another rope.
Barry? Barry?
You evil man.
Now stuck in the mansion basement, the goal is to acquire a battery and bring it to the courtyard to unlock a new area. A suspicious-looking zombie is blocking Hamo's path, so he takes him out with an acid round. After this lift ride, we'll use the last remaining round to kill one more zombie, where he'll be out of ammo once again. Fortunately, this room that has the battery we're after also happens to have some explosive rounds too.
Wait, there was 2 deals of explosive rounds. Why didn't he grab both? Just to save time?
Right here, there's an FMV of a zombie coming down the stairs, scaring Jill as she takes a few steps back. But comically, it's just a regular zombie and it takes literally 1 second to get around him. For now, it's just a stroll through the courtyard, a couple of tricky hunter dodges, but that's about it for now.
The spooters? No one warned about spooters.
To reveal the next area of the game, the underground, we need to fill the pool full of water and make it to the lower area while it's still full. This
Why is
hasn't
it
been
still-
possible so far, but after putting in the battery into a second lift, where Hamo nails this task menu by the way, it's now possible to loop back around, fill the pool, and take this lift back down. Coming up on the next screen is the
I'm never
biggest
gonna
mistake
remember all
Hamo
this.
makes in this run. There have been some
Chat, place
half-second
your
time
bets now
losses
on
here
where
and
you
there,
think
and
I will
haven't really
forget what
pointed
I'm
them
supposed
out,
to do.
But this one is just super unfortunate. I want to see if you can spot it. Did you catch it?
The menu.
It happened quickly and the recovery was pretty good, but let me explain. After using the crank, the game automatically boots you back into the inventory, and Hamo uses this menu to combine the rounds and bazooka as it's a bit faster. However, he accidentally hit inspect on the bazooka. Had he sat through the animation of the bazooka being inspected, he would have lost multiple seconds, killing the run. But he quickly realized and closed and reopened the inventory and did the menu as fast as he could, negating the time loss to only 1.3 seconds.
Not bad.
Now for the underground. We'll begin with a cutscene.
That's not bad, huh, chat? Is that
voice
Jill?
Enrico's?
Yeah?
You're alive!
Wait there! Are you with anybody, Jill?
Or
What? Oh no, I'm alone. But why are you asking?
Listen, the stars are going to be finished soon. Someone is a traitor. Everything was plotted from the start by Umbrella.
Enrico! Who killed him, I wonder?
I didn't see the man.
Making our way out of this room, we'll pick up the hex crank, different from the square crank, followed by some tricky hunter dodges, with the second one having some crazy reach on his lunge. I should probably also mention that this run, on top of being a Jill any percent no major glitches run, is also a bad ending run. The bad ending is the fastest ending you can get in this game and is typically the more popular run, but with the best ending you get about 6 more minutes of gameplay and you actually get a final boss battle, unlike in this run. You'll see it when we get to the end, but the game will kinda just slowly fade to black a bit anticlimactically. Here, the boulder
Then I
will only begin
gotta
rolling
find all
once you
that
get
stuff
close
to
enough
save
it and turn around.
Kreese.
Oh shit, a boss fight. Never mind. Yeah, you don't actually have to fight Black Tiger if you didn't know. If you just clear the door with the web on it, you can just go through on the other side. We now have to painstakingly turn this wall 3 times with the hex crank to open up the next puzzle room. At this point, Hamo is 1.3 seconds ahead of his splits. And I kinda wanted to include how far ahead or behind he was at certain points in the run, but I'll be honest, this sidebar already took me ages to make, and I really hope you like it. The most time-consuming part was having to manually start and stop the timer on each load screen so the in-game timer would line up properly. I'm a big fan of when tool-assisted speedruns put information about the run on the side as well. Makes you appreciate the work just a bit more, IMO.
Did he say IMO instead of in my opinion? Is he speedrunning his
In
sentences?
this room, we have to push the statue onto a lighter spot in the floor, but Jill can't get around it, so Hamo uses the hex crank to push out this wall that'll give her the space to move it over to where it needs to be. Once again, after using the crank, you get booted back into the inventory, where Hamo takes the time to inspect the Doom Book 1, to reveal the Eagle Medal inside.
Ohio, what?
The item we get for doing this puzzle is, surprise, the Doom Book
Jill,
2,
crank that
where
soldier
Hamo will be
boy.
getting the Wolf Medal upon inspection later. But first, let's get out of this damn cave.
Honestly, real. Jill is cranking that soldier boy. I hope that, hang on, I gotta moderate a different chat very quickly. All right. And Fox Mom has texted me. Let's see what she needs. What's up? Beautiful. Almost said bear. Beautiful. Alright, let's see what Fox Mom needs. Alright, Fox Mom needs a drink, so let's get her a drink. And I will probably also grab a little snack. If you guys need a little snack, now would be a great time to do it. We still got like 10 minutes left of the video. Hello, Rose. Thank you for your daily blessing. Oh gosh. See, this is what I was trying to talk about earlier when I said that Bricky video was 2 hours long. Guys, this is a 45-minute video that I turned into 2 hours of content. That's crazy. That's actually insane. And probably like a talent. So I will be right back. Beep, y'all be good. All right, my apologies, everybody. I am big sorry. I got Fox Mom a little something to eat, so I'll probably have to get up in a second to get her plate. And then, I got me a little something to eat because I was hungry. Thank you. Oh, I'm a little small. Thank you for everybody who followed. Thank you everybody for your blessings. Welcome. Ember! Oh, baby, you almost got dipped in barbecue sauce. Ooh, baby. Everybody, my cat is here, and I had my dinner on the table, and I didn't know that he followed me in here to jump up on the desk, and he almost jumped into my little smokies. Ooh, baby, the barbecue sauce. Bub, you gotta be careful. Why didn't you ask? Before you just be jumping up in here. I don't even know where I'm going. Okay, here we go. Alright, so back to our video and our dinner. Dinner and a
Back in the
show.
courtyard, we'll use our metals to drain
We
the
got
fountain.
about an hour left of stream, and I don't think I can stretch this for an hour. Oh no, Ember, I ripped the cheese stick. I ripped both of them. No, you don't want cheese stick.
Welcome to
No.
the secret lab,
Cat.
where all the crazy
Help.
umbrella experiments take place.
Help.
First things first, we're gonna get onto this computer. In order to know what the login and password is, you normally need to go around and find a bunch of clues, but fortunately it's the same on every playthrough, with the login John and password Ada. We're gonna open the visual data room on floor B2, and once again it's gonna require a password. Again, it's predetermined. The answer is mole. Now in the visual data room, we're going to slide down this grate and hit a button to reveal the power room key hidden behind a pillar.
Pet the baby. Good baby.
We're now entering the last stretch of the game. We'll need to head to the power room to turn on the electricity, which makes the lift leading up to the final area operational.
Why were those zombies butt naked? All the other zombies had on clothes. And that zombie has on clothes.
Dodging these chimeras can be difficult, but as long as your lines are on point, you shouldn't get hit.
Jill! I was looking for you.
Barry.
Jill, don't be angry. I wanted you to wait for me.
Barry, Don't screw up again like you did when you dropped that rope.
He's gonna screw up again. Don't trust him.
Wesker,
You did a fine job, Barry.
just as I thought.
I think you should stay away from Barry, Jill. I hear that his wife and 2 daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
You are so cruel.
Well, you don't have to worry about anything, because you'll be free from this world very soon, Jill.
Why do you have to destroy
Crazy.
stars?
That's Umbrella's intention. This laboratory has been engaging in dangerous experiments, and recently an accident has occurred. Anyway, this disaster cannot be made public.
That's why having stars nosing about is so inconvenient. So you're a slave of Umbrella now, along with these virus monsters.
I think you misunderstand me, Jill. To me, the monsters you mention mean nothing. I'm going to burn all of them together with this entire laboratory. I must complete my mission, as ordered by Umbrella. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
I can't wait for you to turn into a lizard man. Sorry, I finished eating
Barry's such a...
very quickly.
He'll be under the control of Umbrella forever.
How come both Umbrella and you can intimidate him by taking his family as hostages?
Umbrella? Well, I...
7 minutes! 7 minutes is all I could spare you. Was it tasty? It was delicious. And honestly, this soundtrack slaps. But yeah, my dad made a whole crock pot of Little Smokies. So I went and got more Little Smokies, and I had a cheese stick, and then I was attacked by my cat. From a cheese stick. But the Little Smokies are so good. I don't know if yeah, they're so good.
had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used him for my personal purposes. Though both you and Barry seem to think
Gold
I was
barbecue
following
sauce?
orders from Umbrella.
Actually, so
So
we
you're planning something else?
use Sweet Baby Ray's. But I really like that Kinder's barbecue sauce. So I do want to try to make some Little Smokies with some Kinders. I bet that would be delicious. Wrap them in bacon. Ooh, that's delicious. Kinder's Gold. I bet that's delicious.
If you succeeded in developing the world's most powerful biological weapon, what would you do?
Listen, I'm a big back. I'm about to eat all the snacks.
You must stop this now.
You're a brave girl. But if I were you, I wouldn't give up such a big discovery. You guys are idiots.
You guys are idiots.
It's real value.
What?
So you're going to steal all the research?
Better yet, I'm going to show you the tyrant.
I do have a question.
Tyrant.
How did we go from the tyrant to like...
Which creates a monster which is much stronger than human beings.
Lizard man.
Tyrant is the most powerful biological weapon
Is
in
it
the
sweet
world.
tangy barbecue sauce? Ooh.
You don't
Kinder's does have a lot of sauce.
real people.
This is really beautiful. All this power will be mine.
For the sake of an awful creature?
Don't be upset. All weak people exist to be eaten.
How does the heart work on the outside? My eyeball itches. I forgot my sody pop.
What? Don't come this way! No!
You can't control what it does.
Hamo runs behind the tyrant and equips the bazooka, then fires 3 shots and pause cancels at the end to quickly pick up the master key from Wesker's body. He then opens the door by tapping on the console and heads upstairs. If this were a best ending run, a self-destruct sequence would engage after leaving the tyrant room, where you'd also have to go save Chris. Then you two, along with Barry, escape up to the helipad and fight the tyrant.
I forgot
one
my
last
Olipop
time.
in the fridge. I was
Barry
gonna have
would also
Olipop
normally
with
be
my
you when you
speed
discover
run.
the tyrant in the lab, but instead, he's here.
Hi, Jill. It's you.
Barry?
I'm really embarrassed to see you now. Just leave me. Go quickly.
It's over, Barry. Wesker's dead.
Is that so? Jill, will you do me a favor? This is my
Lollipop,
last
lollipop, oh, lolly,
wish.
lolly, lolly, lollipop.
Please
Brum, brum,
give
brum, brum.
this photo to my family. Will you?
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna get Fox Mom's plate really quick, and I will be right back in like 1 minute. And I will grab my sody pop. My Ollie pop. I will be right back. Alright. I have returned. Thank you for your patience.
Jill.
Let's watch the rest of this video. Boom, kicking my shoes off. Where'd my pillow go? What happened? Oh, it fell on this way. I have to use the pillow for my back because I'm an old lady. Ooh.
This is Brad. We're running out of fuel. If there is anyone alive, contact me now, okay? This is...
No, I will not contact you.
Now for the final stretch. We'll pick up this battery, which we'll use literally 1 second later, and then head up to the helipad where we shoot the flare to end the game. I want to give a massive shout out to Hamo for making this video possible in the first place. He answered every question I had with professionalism, and he also happened to have a recording of his run with nothing overlapping the game feed or audio, which is something I require when making these Speedrun Explained videos. If you enjoyed this, thank you so much for watching. I literally read every comment I get, so your support means so much to me. If you want more videos, I have a solid back catalog I recommend checking out. I also stream on Twitch multiple days a week if you want to see some speedrunning over there. And finally, I have my Patreon, where you can have your name shown on screen in every video for $2 a month, and updates on the next videos for $5 a month. This has been the Resident Evil Speedrun World Record Explained. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next year.
I'll see you next year. What? What? I'll throw this up really quick. Let me see if he has other videos about Resident Evil. Ooh, he don't. It looks like he took a big break. I wonder if these videos take a long time to make because there is some pretty big gaps in betweens. I know a video we could watch. Yes. I look at you with big fox baby eyes. Because, yes. Well, as I have been doing more stuff... Oh, yeah! That is perfect. As I have been doing more stuff with YouTube, and I have been pushing YouTube a lot harder, I know how hard it is to edit and kind of stay on top of things and try to make good content while also, like... There's a lot that goes into it, and then there is a lot of, like, gamba. Thank you for a drink. Cheers. So you don't necessarily know what is or what isn't going to work and what's going to happen. And a lot of times that could be very, like, unmotivating. My motivation. Let me pop this video up. Sorry for clearing my throat a lot. I did eat a cheese stick. That's my bad. Shouldn't have done that. I know better. I know better. I ate a cheese stick. Yeah, a wheeze stick. Why did I do that? Ooh, Happy. Pasta. Enter.
Let's finish.
Oh, this is perfect. Oh, this is perfect. It's a good length, too. Sheba, hello. It's a good length, too. So, Miss Prob sent us Analyzing Evil, Albert Wesker from the Resident Evil franchise. Perfect. Perfect. Hello. Thank you for your daily blessings. Let's stare at the man, the myth, the legend, everyone's favorite lizard. As we definitely don't have time to watch another speedrun video.
Let's finish this.
Are you trying to make me angry?
Yeah.
Time to die, Chris.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 145th episode of Analyzing Evil, featuring our patron pick for August 2023, Albert Wesker from the Resident Evil franchise. The enigma pulling the strings, the shadow behind every corner.
Wait. Go back. Oh, wait, too far back.
Evil franchise. The enigma pulling.
Is that Code Veronica or is that Resident Evil 2? Because I actually have never beat Video Volume Check. Maximum! Check it. You know what? I'm thoroughly convinced, Runes, that you also need hearing aids, much like myself. I'm deaf. It's okay. I have never beat Code Veronica. I have tried twice to play it. I have the original copy for PS2, and it was the Deep Dark Abyss. And then I have a copy on PS5 digital. And I soft locked myself. Because I'm not very good at survival horror. Chat, because survival horror is not my deal. Oh, okay. It does sound quieter than you. It's supposed to. Okay. Off topic. But for our YouTube chatters, I'm sorry, I did see the post about Destiny 2 dying. But what the heck is that comment? That is crazy, wildly inappropriate. If you're a dude you never met me before, I'm a safe for work streamer, and I can't even read your comment out loud. It has so many bad words in it. Blink at you. God bless you, I hope you'll be okay. They'll probably just make Destiny 3, so I wouldn't worry about it. I don't know who that is, so there is no... Just, they lie.
The strings, the shadow behind every corner, the darkness surrounding all Insidious endeavors. Albert Wesker is a constant.
I promise you
presence
there'll
in the
be
world of
another
Resident
game.
Evil, a man whose larger-than-life persona and insidious machinations dooms countless lives as he strives to fulfill all his nefarious ambitions. Now, typically I release the patron pick at the beginning of every month, but I needed more time to sift through everything there is about this expansive universe, as this franchise is exceedingly convoluted, and the various continuities that have been born out of an incredible amount of books, movies, animations, mangas, and video games is hard to keep track of, to say the least. Not to mention that a lot of information that can be found within any given continuity
Wait,
is often
Miss Prob, that's
contradicted by
funny.
something else within that continuity. So with that in mind, I wanted to examine Wesker in the most cohesive way that I possibly could, and for that reason, in this video, I chose only to include information that we can find in the Prime continuity, which encompasses all of the mainline games, a few extras like the Wesker reports, and the odd animation and manga here or there. Now, as I said, even within one continuity, you can find contradictory information, so for the sake of trying to establish a complete and streamlined narrative for this character, we're going to assume that all the dates that can be found within the History of Resident Evil file from Resident Evil 5 are accurate, and that all the information about Albert that can be found in the Albert Wesker file in the same game trumps all other information that might contradict it. Why I chose to base everything off of these two files is simple. because Resident Evil 5 was the last game that Albert appeared in, and I imagine these files were meant to tie up any loose ends regarding his character that might have reared their ugly heads in the previous entries. We're still going to cover all the important things about Wesker's character that we can find in other games, but these files will serve as a baseline that I'll be referring back to as this video progresses. With all this in mind though, I'm bound to have missed something, or several somethings, so feel free to let me know about any missteps down below.
There we go.
Now some of you might be disappointed that I didn't include Wesker as he appears in the films in this video, but after doing some research, I learned that these films weren't exactly well received, and the few Resident Evil fanatics that I've discussed this video with recommended that I just stick with the games this time around. However, if enough of you want to see the film version of Wesker in a video, I can release that video at some point in the future. Just let me know down below. But before we get started, let's first talk about our sponsor for this video, Babbel. Babbels that help you real-life, and its Babbel lifetime subscription partner is dead interests you. Is here that any by click that's up to sponsoring the Wesker is intimately tied to the Umbrella Corporation, or more appropriately, its progenitor, the Spencer Foundation, and its founder Oswell E. Spencer. The Spencer Foundation, a charitable organization on the surface, was born from the dream of one man, Lord Oswell E. Spencer, a British aristocrat, virologist, and eugenicist. Lord Spencer was disgusted with the state of the world and what he believed to be the deplorable future it was marching towards, and he longed for a utopia comprised only of individuals who represented the pinnacle of humankind, a species unburdened by the malaise that we had slowly fostered over the long march of history that could set a course towards the
Hi Alex, how are you? I'm doing good.
Lord Oswell Spencer dreamt and fantasized about creating a perfect world filled with highly intellectual superhumans that he would create by inducing suitable candidates with viral infections, a world that he planned to one day rule over as a god. And like many power-hungry and self-righteous men with grand and sinister dreams, his thoughts eventually manifested into the very real attempt.
What highlighter do you guys think Wesker uses? Because that shine was pretty slay. I won't lie. That's a pretty good shine.
To make his dreams a reality. In his efforts to do so, Oswell created the Spencer Foundation, an organization that both provided cover for his
That's what I'm
research
saying.
and served as a funnel with which he could covertly
Listen,
fund
he
it.
probably
With these
popped
structures
some
in
of that
place,
Fenty
the various
Beauty.
researchers employed by the Spencer Foundation
He
began
probably
testing a
uses
virus
something
they had developed
expensive.
from the flowering plant Sonnentrep, or Stairway of the Sun, a sacred plant they had obtained from the Indapaya people.
Oh, I did
that
hate
induced
this.
similar effects as the future T-virus in both suitable and unsuitable subjects. Spencer and his cohort sought to produce the same effects within people that the Indapaya mist
No,
that
you're
surrounded
awesome.
the plant claimed occurred in their kings of old. Superhuman properties that they developed from the Sonnentrep that gave them their mandate to rule their people. But for such an ambitious eugenicist project like creating specifically selected superhumans, one needs suitable candidates to fulfill that purpose. Enter Project W, or Project Wesker.
Miss Probby, you're so right. That was just the same dude from the Haunting Grounds. With the same kind of goal of, I think humans in life are puny and weak. What if we were super strong and not old? Yeah, it's the same guy. It's the same concept. It's the same. Listen, it didn't work in Haunting Ground, so he just made Resident
Evil. Which was
Evil.
named after the man only known as Dr. Wesker, who served as its head. The goal of Project W was to continue the Spencer Foundation's ongoing research and testing of the virus the T-virus originated from, the aptly named progenitor virus, by using test subjects they'd recruited especially for this purpose, via the selective screening of candidates based on their parents' intellect and contributions to mankind. However, this plan went even further than simply providing adequate guinea pigs for a virus. The children of the Wesker Project were slated to be secretly raised by the Foundation in remote locations. They were given the best educations and access to everything they would need to foster their minds and bodies, as well as strict conditioning and indoctrination into the values of the Spencer Foundation.
I'm so excited for
they might
Halloween.
one
I
day
am.
fulfill their
I'm
purpose
gonna
as
tear that
willing
stuff
agents
up.
of Lord Spencer. And this is how Albert Wesker.
Wait, so those were the villains from Code Veronica, correct? Did they just say that that's Albert Wesker's kids? Those are his babies? Thank you for your daily blessing, One you've been blessed.
became Albert Wesker, a man who was essentially born alongside the Spencer Foundation as a vessel with which Oswell could further realize his dreams. Now, I don't mean he was literally born due to the Foundation's influence directly through nefarious means, such as selective breeding or genetic engineering. As hideous as that idea is, such an origin would have been a much kinder beginning for the child now known as Albert Wesker. Albert, like all the other children who would bear the name of the original Dr. Wesker, were abducted from their parents, or perhaps they were adopted. I'm more inclined to believe they were abducted, as establishing extensive backgrounds on orphans seems like quite the task, so it would be much more practical, if not more difficult, for the Foundation to take children whose parents' achievements that they could definitively verify. Now, I think it's reasonable to assume that these children would have been taken from their parents before they were able to develop concrete memories of them. So with that in mind, I believe we can deduce that Albert and the other children were likely taken when they were either infants or toddlers. And for Albert in particular, this notion is supported by several details that were given throughout the series. In the second Wesker's report, we learn that Albert was 18 when he arrived at the Arclay Research Center in 1978, putting his birth date sometime in 1960. Using the History of Resident Evil file in Resident Evil 5, which states that the fifth head of the Ashford family, Edward Ashford, began his research into what would later become known as the progenitor virus around 1960, we can assume that the Spencer Foundation was also founded sometime in 1960 or shortly thereafter, as the same file states that in 1962, Lord Spencer was already putting his plans in motion by enlisting the architect George Trevor to design and construct a reclusive mansion on the outskirts of Raccoon City, which would indicate that the Foundation was established between these dates. Moreover, Albert seems to have no memory of his parents, which lends further credibility to the idea that he was taken when he was too young to remember who his parents were. And so, with an act of cruelty, the babe who would later be known as Albert Wesker began his life as a ward of the Spencer Foundation, a boy who, like the many that were taken alongside him, would one day count himself amongst a master race of superhumans that would lead the world into a glorious future. But before the promised day of their evolution arrived.
So, this is actually kind of like a lot of info I don't know about Resident Evil, but that is because these Wesker files are in 5, and I do think that Ryan and I did that, but it was so long ago that I don't remember reading it. Are you trying to eat the keycaps off the keyboard? You are orange. Anyways. But I wouldn't, I guess, put it past Umbrella, because Umbrella was using that orphanage in Resident Evil 2 remake as like an experimental facility, was they not? It wasn't a normal building for babies.
His insidious caretakers first needed to perfect the virus that would enable the Wesker children to ascend alongside their patron god, Lord Oswell E. Spencer. Prior to the establishment of Project
So
W,
are you?
initial
Orange
testing of the
recognized
progenitor
this
virus
orange.
proved to be rather precarious. These preliminary trials
You ever just look at your
achieved
cat
middling
and be
results,
like,
as
you
no
act
precious
this way
few of these first
because
candidates showed signs
you
of
is
superintelligence
crazy.
upon being infected.
Like,
More often
people
than
are
not,
like,
these tests
orange cats are the craziest cats, and they are so right. I have had a lot of different cats in my life. Ember is the most, like, I'm gonna tear something up for fun. Right? He's mad that I'm sitting at the computer. So what are we gonna do? I'm gonna eat the keycaps off the keyboard. And then I'm gonna look at you like you're crazy. And then I'm gonna man spread and lick my hoo-hoo-ha-has right in front of you. You get on to him about eating keycaps, and he's like, I got something for you. Wha-pow! Literally, that's my life. He comes up here, he's like, I hate that you're streaming. You're not paying enough attention to me. I eat the keyboard. You don't like that I eat the keyboard? Wha-pow! That's what I got for you. Have some of this. Like, okay, bud. Hop off, king. And then he's gonna give me the stink eye. Because I done told chat all his business. And he'd be like, Mom, why you talking about me like that?
subjects succumbed to the virus, and the high mortality rate amongst subjects served as quite the barrier to Lord Spencer's nefarious dream. So considering his planet-sized ambitions, and need for extensive and expensive research to be conducted on a bevy of candidates that would take years, if not decades, in order to more effectively achieve his goals, Lord Spencer needed to go global. And so began Umbrella Corp in the year 1968, the vehicle with which Lord Spencer could achieve his dreams. So, For many years after his kidnapping, Albert received the best, albeit conditioned rearing, that money could buy, and though his eventual employment in Umbrella was planned from the start, the young and brilliant Albert Wesker believed that he desired to work for Umbrella, which he explains in Wesker's Report 1 and 2. When given the choice
He was gaslight, gatekeeped, and girl boss.
to be whoever he wanted to be, Albert chose Umbrella, and alongside his longtime friend and colleague William Birkin, he made great strides taking the progenitor virus to the next level with the T-virus, along the way conducting experiments on countless unfortunate souls alongside his colleagues, who endured years of torment in the name of their research. At this time in Wesker's life, he seems to have already been displaying some of the hallmarks of his personality, namely his eerily calm demeanor, callousness, selfishness, and sense of superiority. However, at this time in Wesker's life, there was something tugging at the corners of his mind that began pushing him towards his transformation into the monster he would become.
Thank you for following.
Because
Look at
as
the stream.
fulfilling as his research seemed to have been, Albert was ever curious about the mysterious head of his organization, Oswell E. Spencer, and by December of 1983, Albert's focus was centered more so on discovering Lord Spencer and Umbrella's secrets than it was on his research. At the same time, Albert became disillusioned with Oswell's plan, wondering why a man running a corporation wanted to create a virus that would annihilate nearly the entire population of Earth, and whether this was something he really wanted to be a part of. So around the time that William Birkin was advancing research on the T-virus into the G-virus stage, Wesker requested a transfer to the data and information section of Umbrella so he could continue to look into Lord Spencer's affairs. Unbeknownst to Albert, along with everything that occurred in his life so far,
All I heard is that Albert Wesker is nosy as heck. That's what that just said to me. I want to know more about this man. This stupid man thing. So transfer me over to the data department so I can snoop around and learn about this man thing.
This was all a part of Oswell's plans, which we learn from a few more excerpts from Albert's file in 5. The mansion incident, the tragedy at Raccoon City,
Wesker's
Rockford
dad didn't
Island,
love him.
Umbrella's
Wesker didn't have a dad. Actually, maybe that's why he wants to learn more about this man. Because Runes is right. It is 100% daddy issues because he ain't never had a dad and he ain't never had a mom. And he was basically brainwashed and coerced into being the Umbrella Man.
Arctic Research Facility and the Umbrella Caucasus Research Facility in Russia. One man was involved either directly or indirectly with each and every one of these incidents, Albert Wesker. The motivation behind all of Wesker's actions can be found in this current incident in Africa. Wesker had already obtained samples of various organisms and viruses, including the T-virus, the G-virus, the T. Veronica virus, and Las Plagas. All of these were eagerly and enthusiastically
Lady Demetwesk, cool. Listen here, you stupid man thing.
Received by Umbrella's former rival companies, who compensated him greatly for each. With wealth, power, and glory, Wesker appeared to have everything a person could ever want. Wesker, however, was not interested in material gains. An all too familiar sense of trepidation continued to gnaw at him, the source of this uneasiness being Umbrella's founder, Oswell E. Spencer. There was a failsafe device attached to every Wesker.
You guys can't see it because I'm in the way, but why that old man just naked? He's got on a robe and literally nothing else. Everything else is just out. Where your clothes at?
Spencer's existence. This was the discomfort Albert had felt throughout his life. All Wesker children were programmed to seek Spencer out, which manifested itself as a growing anxiety within each of the subjects. So, above all, Albert's main goal throughout this series was to both learn all he could about Umbrella and its leader, and undermine the company by working with its
Let's
competitors.
get you to bed, Grandpa, and some pants, Grandpa, and some pants.
His betrayal of both Stars and Umbrella at the mansion was the beginning. The Tyrant was to be used as a leverage chip with rival corporations, giving Albert the resources he'd need to dismantle Umbrella from the outside, now that he'd done all he could from within. When this failed, the progenitor virus he was injected with by Birkin both kept him alive and hungry for revenge against Stars. With his ambitions revealed and a new power bristling under his skin, Albert now seemingly worked with and for everyone. But each person and organization that came into contact with him were only ever being used to further Albert's goal of one day reaching the ends of Lord Spencer, Ada Wong, the Ashfords, Colonel Vladimir, Lord Sadler, and Los Illuminados. These individuals and organizations were only ever allowed.
That was Sparta from Devil May Cry. Who the heck is Lord Vladimir? What game did I miss? Probably like one of the Game Boy ones or something. That was not Game Boy cutscene, Yuki, but you probably made everybody in the chat feel old. Crazy.
To work with or were targeted by Albert, so he could acquire the G-Virus, T. Veronica virus, the UMF-013 supercomputer, and Las Plagas respectively. So, Albert worked with what he knew best, the viruses that had been a part of much of his adult life. And through all of these endeavors, Albert has never showed himself to be anything more than an utterly vile individual. Snide, haughty, and brutal, Wesker shows himself to be highly skilled in everything he does, and his heightened natural intelligence
emphasis on haughty. Am I right, ladies? Am I right?
That isn't to say that Wesker is some unstoppable badass who's as stone cold and stalwart as death itself, as there are many times where we see Albert moving things from the shadows, rather than putting himself in the middle of the action, and even when he does, there are a number of occasions where he would rather run than fight, though those instances could be seen as tactical retreats rather than acts of cowardice. No, Albert isn't a coward. In fact, most of the time Albert is cool, calculated, and eerily calm. The menace with the clean-cut persona hidden behind sunglasses, whose very presence screams danger and malice. Unless you can keep cool and still be decisive no matter what the circumstances, then success will always evade you. This is a remark that Albert...
Okay, ain't gonna lie. And it might be graphics. They're like, you should be scared of this man. Maybe I would be scared of Resident Evil 5 Albert Wesker. Any other version of Wesker, I could take. I would fist fight that man to the death. Like, he just looks...
makes in the second Wesker's report that gives us a bit of insight into why he conducts himself the way he does. And indeed,
frat boy,
it's this ability to keep cool that has ensured much of his success. But for a man in Albert's position,
and I could fight a frat boy.
Ruthless. He has no empathy,
I'd
or
win.
code of any kind. What benefits Albert is what he follows. And
it makes sense. He just looks very young and very punchable. Revolver Ocelot and Code Veronica. I don't know who JC Denton is, but that I probably should because I did play Resident Evil 5. But, like, oh, he does! Wait, I know what, yes! Awesome! Rare! I know what you're talking about! It clicked in my brain! I know! Yuki knows something! I know something you don't. I know something that you'll never know.
Billions have to die in order for him to get what he wants. Billions will die. That's the attitude that has carried Albert Wesker through all of the horrid things he's done. And it turns out, such an attitude was a crucial aspect of his character that he'd need to embody in order to assume his rightful place as the instrument of Lord Spencer's plan. When Albert met Lord Spencer and finally discovered the truth of his origins and the manufactured state of his life, he was at a critical point that could have ended in multiple...
Umbrella Corp has fallen. Billions must die. The math was math. No, I'm just kidding. So basically, though, I don't know if anybody realizes this. This is just very Final Fantasy VII. Thank you so much for your daily blessing. Hello, Darth. Long time no see. Because he's Sephiroth. Sephiroth is a weird test tube baby who's supposed to, you know, murder a bunch of people, and then when he realizes that he's just a test tube baby, he crashes out. Albert Wesker may not be a test tube baby, but he's a manufactured baby, and now he realizes and he crashes out. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Different ways. He could have decided to artificially extend the life of his dying benefactor. He could have turned away from his evil ways and lived a life of luxury somewhere far away from the rest of the world. Maybe he could have even turned his efforts towards stopping all the misery that he'd helped to create by playing with these various corporations and the bioweapons at his disposal.
Though, are they saying that Wesker has a problem killing billions of people, or Wesker is like, can we expedite that? Because Sephiroth didn't have a problem with that. Sephiroth was like, what if we just nuke the whole planet? That'd be really pog.
Disposal. But no. Once Albert learned of Oswell's plans and his intentions to become a god, he decided that he should fulfill that plan. Only instead of Oswell Spencer ruling over all, it would be Albert Wesker. And so ensued the culmination
Oh,
of
he's
decades
like,
of work by the Spencer
I
Foundation,
can't wait
Umbrella,
to be
and
king.
Albert Wesker himself. The use of all the viral plagues that altered living organisms' minds and bodies to create a virus that could change the planet forever. The Ouroboros virus. With this virus, Albert planned to enact Spencer's plan with a slight variation. There would be no set chosen few specifically selected by Albert who would ascend to the heights of godhood once all their lessers had succumbed to the virus's effects. No, Albert planned to release this virus across the entire planet, with the intended result being the ascension of only those who possess the same genes as the Indapaya kings of old. And without this vanguard group of anointed mutants, everything that would occur after this plague had spread to every corner of the earth would be left to natural selection. And from the ashes of a broken world...
We're waiting. So basically he said, I don't have a problem killing 1 billion people, but I'm just gonna I'm gonna set this out in the universe, and whatever happens, happens. You either gamba and you win, or you roll the slot machines. Resident Evil was released a year before. What they're using for canon, though, runes, for this video, is Resident Evil 5, which very much so came after Final Fantasy VII. When they made Resident Evil 1, I highly doubt that they saw the future and was like, so this video is based off of all of the lore and notes that were written in Resident Evil 5. So, do take that information with a spoonful of salt. A spoonful of salt. They stole Final Fantasy VII. No, I'm just kidding. I do like the twist, though, of we took orphans, we genetically tested them, we wanted to see if they become superhumans. What happened? You get this freakaloid, and then he kills everybody. And then himself.
Would rise the true few who deserve to be led by their new god, Albert Wesker. 100 will give their lives, so one may live. An accurate summation given to us by Albert at the end of the Resident Evil 4 remake that portends what awaits the world once Ouroboros is unleashed. However, Wesker wouldn't live long enough to reap the fruits of his decades-long labor, because Wesker's ambitions proved to be his undoing, his beginning consuming him, much like his aptly named virus intended to consume the world.
Yeah, I need to go back and finish 9. I'm not super... I'll have to go back and look at the numbers, but I don't think it was streaming too well, but that might be because it was new. But, if anything happens to Emily, I'm gonna crash out.
Ouroboros, a name which is derived from the self-eating snake of Greek mythology, and in a final climactic battle with his nemesis Chris Redfield, in the center of a volcano, in the home of the Indapaya, the place that had cultivated the flower, which birthed the very virus that Albert sought to unleash, this man-turned-monster met his explosive end. However, the machinations of Albert Wesker were far-reaching, and who knows what the consequences of such a man's influence will be in the years following his demise, or if this was even the true end of Albert Wesker, as a man who cheated death once is certainly liable to do so again. But where things
How do you
stand
cheat
now,
lava?
what is there to say about Albert Wesker? He was a child who was taken from his parents to be a guinea pig in a mad plot to remake the world. A boy whose entire existence encompassed what his masters wished it to be. Throughout the many years of his covert conditioning, Albert proved to be an exceptional individual, and even more so once he'd branched out on his own and began working for himself. In his efforts to quell the persistent unease he felt about his existence, Albert carved a path through the world to reach the man who stood at the center of it, and in the process, an unknown but staggering number of individuals perished as a result. The death and destruction left in the wake of Albert's quest for knowledge would only continue once he'd resolved himself to fulfill the purpose that was set out for him nearly from birth. And if Albert had gotten his way, the world as we know it would have perished as it entered into a new era of primal reckoning, an artificial survival of the fittest that would have ended 99% of our population and altered all organic life on Earth.
Convenient that the helicopter had 2 rockets.
Did Albert even have a choice in becoming a monster? Was he always destined to be an evil person whose entire life was planned out the moment he was stolen from his parents? Technically, no. Even with all the conditioning he'd undergone, Albert was still his own man, who could have theoretically taken his life in any direction he wanted to. But in actuality, Albert pretty much had no choice in the matter. Again, he did, but it would have been a miracle if he'd managed to go his own way, after everything that Oswell and his foundation had done to mold him into their idea of a perfect human being. So as much of a terror that Albert was, there is quite a lot of tragedy in his character, as no infant asked to be torn from their parents, and a child who was raised within the parameters set by the diabolical men who had taken him to fulfill their own goals cannot be totally blamed for what they became once they've matured. Yes, Albert still had to choose to be who he was, and make no mistake, his choices are abhorrent, but his life was one that was molded by darkness, and if Albert hadn't been taken, he would have been a
I mean, he's kicking a woman right now. Okay, like he definitely has like choices. Yeah, resident
much different
whammon hater.
person. And well, as anyone could have predicted, if pure evil is where your foundations lie, it's no surprise that when you come out the other side,
In the
you
face.
reflect everything that they wanted you to be. Thank you all for tuning into this episode of
You reflect everything that they wanted you to be. That's crazy. Absolutely wild. Thank you guys for watching. So, let me look at the schedule. Tomorrow is my meet and greet, but we are going to play Final Fantasy 3, and then I'm going to be off Saturday and Sunday to do some work. That's right, some work. Tomorrow, so we're doing a membership stream tonight. I'm going to do a membership stream tomorrow. Tonight, I'm going to go over all the stuff that we're changing and doing. Tomorrow, I'm just going to try to get caught up on work before June 1st. Probably something similar next week. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for being here. Let's get ready to wrap this thing up. There it goes. The lag. So, if anyone is new here, my name is Yuki Babuki, princess of all things spooky and ooky. But the only thing scary about me is how scuffed everything is. I'm just kidding. I'm a nine-tailed ghost, kitsune, shrine maiden, everyone's favorite big sister fox, a variety streamer who loves RPGs, JRPGs, spooky games, retro games, all the games. I appreciate you all greatly. Thank you all for being here. Thank you guys for spending time with me. So we're gonna pick someone to raid. May I suggest a raid? Yeah. Who you want? Like Suda and Mac having fun? Being goobas? Gooba tuba? Are we sure how long they're going? Because they have been streaming for 3 hours already. I'll just pop in. Doesn't matter. Our verse today is Galatians 5:16. Let the Holy Spirit guide your way. They're still going though. Yeah. Like I said, I'll just go. Which, by the way, someone was complaining about this in the Discord. I don't know if you're still watching the stream. But, apparently, if you can't talk in the chat, or you came into stream and couldn't talk in the chat, there's something wrong with the 7TV extension. And I will put that in the Discord as well for the friend who said that they couldn't chat. It's probably your browser extension. Thank you. Uninstall and reinstall 7TV. Yeah, I put it in the Discord where the friend was saying they couldn't type in the chat. Our prayer today is, Dear Lord, teach me what it means to walk by your spirit and not by my own confidence. Help me to trust that you are already working in the lives of people, and my job is simply to stay faithful. Where fear has held me back, please replace it with courage. Where I've relied on my own effort, teach me solely to rely on you. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. God bless you guys, and thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow we're playing Final Fantasy 3, and then we're doing the membership worky stream. I will see all of you for YouTube memberships in about 30 minutes. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, drink plenty of water, go hype up Noxuna and Mac. They are some of my best friends in the world, and I love them to bits and pieces. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you all in the next one. Whatever that may be. Bookie bookie boo. Bye!